Okay, let us take the first question. Sine inverse of x plus sine inverse of 2x equal to pi by 3. They have asked us to find x. Okay, they have asked us to find x. First, whenever they give you these kind of problems, you need to substitute in place of x with something else. Then you need to start solving it. First, let us start seeing it. We'll do some problems today. First question is sine inverse of x plus sine inverse of 2x is equal to pi by 3. Okay, just give a try first, then I'll start solving it. Give a try, whatever you want to do with it, just give a try. First, sine inverse of x, let us take it as theta, and sine inverse of 2x, let us take it as something like 5. So now this can be further written as x is equivalent to sine theta and 2x equal to sine 5. Okay, or this can be further written as theta plus phi equal to pi by 3, right? This can be substituted over here. So theta plus phi equal to pi by 3, or phi is equal to pi by 3 minus theta, pi by 3 minus theta, right? Now online class मैं बोला था online कैसे है तब 1 second. Okay, so this is nothing but pi equal to pi by 3 minus theta, or this can be written as phi is nothing but 2x is equal to sine of, right? This can be written as sine of pi by 3 minus theta, pi by 3 minus theta, or this can be further expanded now. Let us expand this. So how do I expand this? So this can be written as sine pi by 3 into cos theta minus cos pi by 3 sine theta, a minus b, sine a minus b, that's sine theta, or sine pi by 3 is, what is sine pi by 3? 180 divided by 6, 180 divided by 3 becomes 60. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 cos theta minus cos pi by 3 is 60 half sine theta. Okay, half sine theta. Now what can you do? So now in place of cos theta, then what you can substitute, we'll see. Okay, so can I change this cos theta in terms of sine theta? Can I write it as square root of 1 minus sine square theta, 1 minus sine square theta, that's nothing but sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1, or cos square theta equal to 1 minus sine square theta, or cos theta equal to square root of 1 minus sine square theta. From here I'm getting this. Okay, for those people, from here I'm getting this. So it become 1 minus sine square theta minus half sine theta. Fine. Now what was sine theta given as? Sine theta value was x. So I'll substitute x here. Root 3 by 2, 1 minus x square root minus half into x. Now this is equal to 2x, or this is equal to 2x plus x by 2 equal to root 3 by 2 into root of minus 1 upon x square. Okay, simplify this from here and find out x and let me know. Simplify from here. So anyways, this will become 4 5x, 2 gets cancelled. This become 5x equal to root 3 into root of 1 minus x square. Can you square both sides? When you square both sides, it becomes 25x square equal to 3 into 1 minus x square. 3 into 1 minus x, or it becomes 3 minus 3x square. It becomes 28x square equal to 3, or x square equal to 3 by 28, or x is equal to square root of 3 by 20. This becomes plus or minus square root of 3 by 20. This becomes your answer. Now this can come as a 2-mark question for you. This may come as a 2-mark question. What you're doing, you need to find out the value of x. So you are just substituting it with the help of theta and some other variable phi. Okay. Once I substituted it with theta and some other variable phi, now inverse I'm converting into normal. So x is equal to sine theta, 2x equal to sine phi. Then if I substitute those here, it becomes theta plus phi is equal to pi by 3, or I can write phi equal to pi by 3 minus theta, phi equal to pi by 3 minus theta. Okay. Now if this is phi, I know if this is equation number 2, this is equation number 1, this is equation number 3. From 2 and 3, 2x equal to sine phi, or this 2x equal to sine of phi can be written as pi by 3 minus theta, sine of pi by 3 minus theta. Okay. See, your end aim is to get x. You do it this way or you do it some other way. No issues. End aim is to get theta. End aim is to get x value. That's all. So this you can substitute here, and this becomes sine of a minus b. B. Sine of A minus B. Sine of A minus B is sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Sine. That is what I have represented it over here. Once this is done, I know the value of sine pi by 3 and cos pi by 3. I am replacing that. Then I'm left with cos theta and sine theta. Now I'm converting the entire equation in terms of sine theta. So how to write cos theta in terms of sine theta? It can be square root of 1 minus sine square theta. So sine theta, I already know the value as x. So I'm replacing that with x. So I get the entire equation in terms of x in the numericals. Now I start playing around and find the value of x. Okay, this is what is happening. Now, first clarity I'll give. This question immediately as soon as you see, you won't be able to solve. 100% I agree. Okay, you cannot think like what to apply, where to apply. But the only thing what you can remember is, end of the day, I want x. If I want to get x, I need to take x separately. How can I take x separately? The only way I can take x separately is by substituting x to something else, or this sine inverse of x equal to something, sine inverse of 2x equal to something. Only then I can get the x value separate and some other values. And this is the possibility. From here becomes your starting. From here you can start substituting that into this. Instead of phi, you can also take it as theta equal to pi by 3 minus phi, and this also you can start working around. So now theta equal to pi by 3 is minus so much. So then you can substitute in this equation. So x is equal to sine of pi by 3 minus phi. Same thing. You end of the day you'll get the same answer. No issues. You do it that way, do it this way, you're going to get with the same answer. Okay, it is left with you. Clear? Okay. For this, obviously you need to know some identities. Only then you can play around. Else it becomes difficult. Okay. The next one is the value of tan inverse of half plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 7 by 8 is. So start it, solve it, and then wins. Okay. All I've written it. Tan inverse of half plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 7 by 8 is what? Yes, yes, by. Now we had looked into an identity, something called as tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y can be written as tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Yes, this identity we had learned, or the property we learned. The same thing needs to be applied over here. The first two terms, do it that way. It becomes tan inverse of, we need to try to simplify it as much as possible, right? That is the basic idea. Tan inverse of x becomes 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, the whole divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. Okay, plus tan inverse of 7 by 8. Okay, now this can be further simplified as 3 plus 2 5, 5 divided by 3 2 5, 5 divided by 5. This becomes 6. 5 divided by 6. 6 and 6 cancels in the denominators. This becomes 6 minus 1, 5. Again, it is tan inverse of 5 by 5. 5 by 5 plus tan inverse of 7 by 5 by 5 can be further written as 1. Tan inverse of 1. This is a simplification. You people can check it out. It is going to come as 1. Okay. Because this is nothing but 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 2, 6. 6 and 6 gets cancelled out in the denominators. This is going to be 6 minus 1, 5. This is going to be 3 plus 2, 5. 5 by 5 going to be 1. So now again you can apply the same thing. So tan inverse of 1 plus 7 by 8, 1 plus 7 by 8 divided by 1 minus 7 by 8. Now 8 plus 7 becomes 15. Tan inverse of 15, 8 gets cancelled, divided by 8 minus 7 becomes 1. So it is nothing but tan inverse of 15. This is the answer what is required for you. The answer what is required. Options is given here as tan inverse of 15, right? So this becomes your right. Okay? Here you are just using the identities in order to simplify. So this is possible only if you remember the property. Okay? If you don't remember the property, yes, it is not possible. Okay. Okay. Clear? Online? All clear? Is this okay? Third one, let us see. Okay. The principal value of sine inverse of minus root 3 by 2. Sine inverse of minus root 3 by 2. You need to find the principal value. Means what is the angle of?
Sir, can you share this PDF, sir?
Yeah, I'll share it. Shared it. You can check it out. Okay. Sine inverse of minus root 3 by 2. So you need to find the angle. So we had seen what is this. It can be written as minus sine of sine inverse root 3 by 2. Okay. Minus sine inverse of root 3 by. Now you can further. What is root 3 by 2 in terms of angle? Root 3 by 2 is sine 60. That is nothing but pi by 3. Pi by 3. So the answer becomes minus of pi by minus pi by 3. Okay. These are like the 1 mark questions what you might get. Even let us solve this one more question. Okay. The principal value of cos inverse of cos 6. Okay. Cos inverse of cos 6. Now what you need to do is 6. 6. What is the value of pi? Okay, it is 180, but in terms of numbers, what's the value of pi? It is 22/7 or 3.142. So if you need to get a value of 6, it is going to be closer to 2 pi. So the range can be from 2 pi to 3 pi, right? So it can be from, so this is going to be 6 lesser than equal to 2 pi, lesser than equal to pi. So eliminate the odd number and this becomes your answer. So this becomes 2 pi minus 6. This becomes the principal value of your cos inverse of cos minus 6. Cos 6. This becomes your principal value. Eliminate the odd one. Odd means it is an odd value, right? This becomes an even value. Eliminate the odd one, go with the even. Okay. The same thing. If it is for cos 13, it is for cos 13. So cos 13, it is in between. So 13 can be like how many? 4 pi. Yeah? 4 into 3 is 12. 4 into 3 is 12. So this becomes the maximum like 4 pi and the minimum is 3 pi. So this you can eliminate and this becomes 4 pi. So obviously the answer becomes 4 pi minus 13. 4 pi minus this becomes your principal value. Same thing for your cos this one. So 3 3s are 9, right? So it lies between 2 pi less than equal to 10 less than equal to 3 pi. So obviously this is the odd value. This I cannot take. This I will take it. This becomes 2 pi minus this becomes the principal value of cos inverse of cos. Okay, they will give you options. So from that you can figure that. So always whenever they ask the principal value of something like this, take the even value and find clear. Okay. Now try to solve the 14th one. Suresh, Amit. Try to solve the 14th one. Tan inverse of x by y plus tan inverse of x plus y divided by x minus y. Okay, see one short trick. So whenever you get in these kind of problems, check the options. If they are giving some values in it. So now you need to find the values of x and y. It becomes a bit tedious process in order to if they are going to give some values and they're going to ask this is right or that is right. Substitution method. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1, whatever it is. In this case, I will take x is equal to 1. If I take x is equal to y is equal to 1, then it becomes tan inverse of 1 by 1. That is nothing but tan inverse of 1 plus tan inverse of 1 plus 1 becomes 2. All divided by 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So obviously this becomes tan inverse of infinity, right? This becomes infinity. So tan inverse of 1 is 45. That is nothing but pi by what? Just a minute. That becomes pi by 4 and this becomes pi by 2. So what is pi by 4 plus pi by 2? That becomes your answer. That becomes 4 becomes the LCM. So this becomes 3 pi by, okay. This becomes your answer for this question. Fine. So whenever they are giving such a kind of question, look into the options. If the options are given in terms of pi and all the values or something, just substitute it and find. Okay. Now go for the fourth one. Give a try. Sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3. Yes. Answer. Answer for fourth one. It cannot be 2 pi by 3 because your range, if you had observed the range, it is from minus 90 to plus 90. This is 2 pi by 3. Obviously, it is not in that range. So you need to make sure that it is coming in that range. How do I make sure? This 2 pi by 3, you can write it as sine of pi minus pi by 3. This becomes 3 pi minus, yes. This comes in the range. Sine of pi minus pi by 3, sine inverse of this line. Now give it. What is sine of pi minus pi by 3? Obviously, in the second quadrant, sine is positive. So this is obviously the same sine pi by 3. Sine pi by 3. This is nothing but sine of 180 minus pi by 3. That is sine of pi by 3. So sine inverse of sine pi by 3. This is same. Now you can cancel. Answer is pi by 3, but you do not have any option of pi by 3. The answer is none of these. This is sine 180 minus something. 180 minus 60. Okay. This I am just like representing for this one. Okay. It is cycle. See, let it be sine, tan, cos, whatever it is. It's a cyclic process. It keeps on doing, right? Sine, it is positive in first quadrant, positive in second quadrant, positive in second quadrant. Now I am telling 180 minus something. 180 minus something. Obviously, it is going to be sine 60 only. Sine 61. If it is going to be cos of 180 minus something, then it is going to be minus of something. Minus of cos. In that case, cos is negative in second quadrant. If it was something like sine of 2 pi, something like 3 pi by 2, pi minus 3 pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2 is also not there. So then I will check it again. So it keeps on repeating. It's a cycle, right? Sine is These are like the trigonometry function what is available in the basic trigonometry that you can just cross check till no have doubts. Trigonometry properties. Okay. See here, these are called as supplementary angles, right? So two angles are supplements. Sine of 180 minus theta is nothing but sine theta because it is in the second quadrant. Sine is positive, but in second quadrant cos is negative. Cosecant is positive, secant is negative, tan is negative. Cot is supplementary. 180 minus theta. The same thing is what we are doing it over here. Same thing what is we are doing it. Okay. So understand the range. It should be within range, else the entire thing will go wrong. Fine. Okay. Now secant inverse of x square plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. Now the options given are in terms of x. It means you should simplify the given secant inverse of x square plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. That is your purpose. You should simplify it. Try to simplify. One more idea which I can give you is from the option you can see it is being substituted. You're in the option you are either having tan or cot. So you should either be substituting it with the value of tan or cot and then start proceeding. How do you proceed? Another hint also if you want. Secant and tan are the close friends, right? So 1 plus tan square theta equal to secant square. So obviously there should be some relation between tan and secant playing around here. So how to do that? That you can check out. Or what you can do, the next one is you need to get this x square plus 1 divided by x square minus 1 in terms of cos or in terms of secant so that both can cancel. How do you get this in terms of secant so that both can cancel? You need to come up with an identity which uses that. Think. 530. Do. Right. Do. Now minus x square. X square minus 1. Okay. Let me take this x as cot theta. Okay. If you want, take it as tan theta also. No issues. Okay. X as cot theta. So this becomes cot square theta plus 1 divided by cot square theta minus 1. I'm just taking this secant inverse. I'll take it in the last. Okay. I'll just substitute this. Cot square theta plus 1 divided by cot square theta minus 1. Okay. This cot I can write it in terms of tan. It is nothing but 1 divided by tan square or it can be written as 1 plus tan square theta. The tan square theta is in the denominator. This tan square theta also gets cancelled out. It is left with 1 plus tan square theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta. 1 minus tan square theta. We know a formula for cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. This is also equivalent to cos 2 theta. So can I do this as reciprocal of this thing, entire thing? 1 divided by reciprocal of so much. If this becomes like 1 minus something divided by 1 minus 1 plus something. 1 plus this tan square theta. Tan square theta. Or this can be written as 1 divided by cos 2 theta. 1 divided by cos 2 theta. Now I will start adding the inverse to it. Secant inverse of 1 divided by cos 2 theta can also be written as secant inverse of secant 2 theta. Now this secant and secant gets cancelled. You're left with 2 theta. What is theta? Is nothing but 2 cot theta. Cot inverse of. I'm just replacing x. I'm taking it as cot theta. In case if I'm taking x as tan square theta, then the entire thing will become negative. Then negative sign means here it will get negative. 1 plus tan square theta. Now this cot square I can write it as 1 by tan square theta plus 1 divided by 1 by tan square theta minus 1. So this tan square theta goes here. So denominator you're having tan square theta. Here denominator, this denominator gets cancelled, left with tan square theta. Okay. Now what is the reason I did not take x is equal to tan theta means now it becomes tan square theta plus 1, tan square theta minus 1. But I need it in the form of 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. In that case, I should take the minus sign out and the entire equation becomes minus of something. So I will be left out with something minus something. Then the entire equation goes way ahead. Again, you'll end up with the same answer, but it becomes bit tricky. That's all. Whichever is convenient to you people, start using. I'm just giving you suggestions. Clear? Online clear? Okay. Okay. Do the next one. The equation tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to tan inverse of 1 upon root 3. Options are has no solution, has unique solution, has infinite number of solutions, has two solutions. Now, how can you solve it? Tan inverse of x minus cot inverse of x equal to pi by 6. This is given. So we know one rule, that is nothing but tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. This is the property. This is a property. So now can we add these two equations 1 and 2? Now this is living with these things cancel. It becomes 2 tan inverse of x is equal to pi by 6 plus pi by 2. Or this becomes 2 tan inverse of x is equal to 2. This becomes 6 as the LCM. 6 as the LCM. This becomes 1, 3, 4 pi by 6, or this becomes 2 by 3. This 2 gets cancelled. So you're left with tan inverse of x equal to pi by 3, or x is equal to tan of pi by 3. That is nothing but how much? What is tan 60? Root 3. So the given equation has a unique solution, that is root 3. So this becomes the answer for the question as a unique solution. Okay. What I did was, see, I'm having some equation in this term, but I need to simplify it in order to get an answer, whether we have a unique solution or not. I know a standard formula, that is nothing but tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to pi by 2. I just cancelled out. I'm left with a single term, that is tan inverse of x. Now I can simplify it and I can do it. Else what you can do? Sir, how can I remember all these things, sir, in exam? Okay, don't remember. Now tan inverse of x minus cot inverse of x can be written as 1 by tan inverse of x. Now this becomes square of something, minus 1. Then you can take it up, then you can solve it, come up, same answer you'll get, but it will become much more lengthy, bit trickier. But when you remember the property, you can directly eliminate some terms and you're left with something. That is the beauty of the properties, what you should remember for that. Right? Okay, do this as the last problem, then we'll do it later. 7th one, do it as the last two. 4 tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to pi. Then x equals to what? You need to find x. So how will you do it? 4 tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to pi. Now again, take it in terms of either tan completely or take it in terms of cot completely. Avoid squares. So avoid doing it as 1 by tan and doing it. It will make a lot of pain for you. Instead, try to do it some. Yes, answer. Either you convert everything in terms of cot or everything in terms of tan. Convert everything in terms of tan or everything in terms of cot. That's all. Okay, one clue. Use the identity, whatever we used earlier. The same identity you 4 tan inverse of x then plus cot inverse of x is equal to pi. Right? This is the first one. So we know the identity as tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to pi by 2 is what the identity we know. Can you subtract it? So subtract the entire thing. Cot inverse of x gets cancelled out. So left with 3 tan inverse of x is equal to pi minus pi by 2 is pi by 2, or tan inverse of x is equal to pi by 6. What is tan pi by 6? Simple question. This was a very simple question. What is tan pi by 6? 1 by 2. That's all. Done. What was the difficulty here? I said you to use the properties, right? 1 upon root 3. This becomes the answer. Okay. Go back and check out for your 8th question. Practice some more problems. I'll just send it across to you for your trigonometry. For this one, I'll send it across. Practice it with identities, whatever you, that will become more than sufficient. Only